What's up, everyone? All right, so recap for today. We're going to break it down. Today was a whirlwind, absolutely crazy. Stocks ripping up left and right. The overall market bouncing off the lows. Coronavirus stocks taking off. We had APT, we had NNBC, we had CODX, we had mRNA. I mean, it was like left and right stocks hitting the scanners. And I just felt like today was so chaotic. Days like today are often very difficult, because it constantly feels like you're chasing momentum. And on a day like today, you can certainly get away with chasing momentum because everything seems to be ripping up within the sector. But then, you'll get a couple that don't rip up and you get slammed down on, you take a big loss, and then you're trying to dig yourself back out. I was up about 8,500 today at my high of day, and I'm finishing up 7,500. So I actually gave back about 3,000. So I was up 5,000, and then I worked my way back up to 7,500, and now I'm throwing in the towel and calling it a day, and just gonna live to trade another day. Be back at tomorrow. I hope tomorrow that we have, one or two stocks off the gap scanner that are obvious setups, that are clean. And when I have, all these stocks hitting the scanners, high day Momo scanners, and some have news and some don't, and what's the catalyst, and oh my gosh, it's about to get halted, and what's the spread? It could just be like overload, and that's kind of how today felt. So if you're a beginner trader and you felt that way, you're not alone. I felt that way too. Hopefully tomorrow and Friday are a little easier as far as things go with trading. So all right, that's it for me. Questions, comments, leave them below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. I hope you enjoy the recap. All right, see you guys later. Bye, everyone. All right, everyone. So we're going to do our midday market recap here today, finishing the morning up $7,433.86, which is another really solid day. This has been a nice, February's been a great month. Today, I'm a little disappointed kind of with a few of my trades. I have a little bit of a headache, and I don't know if it's part of just so many things were moving today. It was kind of nuts. Felt like just, a dog chasing a squirrel for the last hour or so, just because so much has been happening. So let's just kind of step back and go over what went down today. Leading gapper this morning, TNXP. I didn't trade that one at all. I could have, obviously. It's up 107% as a gap. It's at currently about $1, hit a high of $1.17. I don't trade stocks under $1, and when it broke $1, at that point it had like 50 million shares of volume, so it was very crowded, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave this alone, and whatever, it is what it is. So no trades on that. Might have been good for the TD Ameritrade challenge, but I didn't end up trading there again today as I focused on the main account right out of the gates. Second gapper was, this one which we didn't look at, but then NMRD. NMRD gapping up 37%. I jumped into this right out of the gates. This was the headline that we had. And at the open, this squeezed up. Basically, where did it open? It opened at $8, squeezed to $8.80, and got halted immediately within the first minute. As soon as I saw it lighting up the scans and shooting higher, I started trying to jump in. It was the second leading gapper, so I was watching it. I got partial fills as it squeezed up, getting filled in the 30s, 50s, and trying to fill going into the halt. And those orders, I didn't fill anything right at 85, or was it 80? 80. It resumes. It opens at $9.95, over $1 a share higher, instant winner. I add, and it squeezes up to 10.40. I'm taking profit at 10.08. My best exit on it was 10.08, so I didn't get 10.40. I didn't get a really, really good exit, but I took some profit as it was going up. It started to come back down. The spreads opened up. There was a good bid at 75. I hit the bid at 9.75. That gave me, a pretty good trade. I think I lost maybe a little bit on the shares that I added at $10 because I didn't sell very much over $10 at all. Let's see, where was it? Got so many trades today. Let's see, because I added at 10 and 9.99. I tried to sell at 10.10, 10.03, no fill. I sold 300 shares at 300 shares at 10.08. That was my best exit. I just had a hard time getting filled. And then the rest I sold as it came back down, which was kind of a shame. I thought this one had more in it. But in any case, it ended up coming back down. And so I took my profit off the table. So I'm glad with that gain, but it didn't hold up as well as I would have liked it to have. So while that was happening, while I was in NMRD and it was halted, I took a trade on AHPI. AHPI hit the scans. Let's see, where was this? Right here, and I jumped in for the break of 4. Well, that didn't work out well. I was in right here for the break over 4, and it dropped down right here, and I lost $2,000 on it, just like that. Lost 2,000. Now the reason I jumped in this quickly was because we have over here, I'll just put it, we had APT and mRNA. APT in the first minute of the day rips up. This thing, I mean, just absolutely explodes, squeezes up and gets halted at 12.22, and I missed the whole thing. So the next stock I saw that started to pop up, I jumped on it, and that was AHPI. mRNA also started to rip up. I jumped into this one as it was ripping up. You can see this squeeze here up to a high of 29.28. I actually got in, this was a little bit later, I got in right here as it was coming back up on the 1-minute chart. And on that one, on mRNA, I ended up making $1,300. Now, mRNA has got a 220 million share float, but the stock was ripping. Again, we're seeing a lot of momentum right now in certainly in the biomedical space related to the coronavirus. Look at APT, son of a gun. I'm so frustrated on this one. And that is an indication that it's a good time for me to stop trading, because frustration, you don't want to let it get the best of you when you're actually trading. But APT, so I missed this whole move on it. I then got into it right here as it was coming up with 10,000 shares. I was in this with 10,000 shares. I stepped up to the plate. I was up when it hit 12.50. I was up about, 20 cents a share. I was looking for it to break 12.50 and rip back to the highs. I ended up stopping out of it with a $3,000 loss. And I went from up $8,000 on the day to down, or to up only $5,000. It then comes back up here to 85. I got back in for this trade, but it didn't take 10,000 shares again. I only took 4,000. So on that trade, I made back, $1,500. That's great. And now it's doing kind of what I thought it was going to do a little earlier. High a day is 1345. But note that we are on lighter volume right now. So there's a little bit of a divergence, volume decreasing as it's going up. There's just not quite as much interest in it, and that could create some false breakouts like you're seeing right here. And if I had just given into FOMO and given into that frustration and said, you know what, screw it, I'm jumping in. It's that fast to hit the buy button and jump in. And next thing you know, you're down 40 cents on 4,000 shares, and things aren't looking so pretty. So ZVZZT is the test stock. All right, so APT, so the only trades I took on it were those 2 trades. I'm a little frustrated about it. AHPI, I took a second trade on it. I got back in when it came back up right here, and I lost a second time. All right, so it got me twice, and then it came back up a third time, a third fake out, and then on the 4th try it worked. I didn't go back in again. I was like, that's it, I'm done. SLS, another stock, squeezed up and got halted. Just as a reflection of the momentum today, how many stocks do we have on the halt? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then these 2. And this was all within, yeah, I guess that's right. It feels like that might be missing something. But in any case, We clearly had a lot of momentum right out of the gates. But I got too aggressive on AHPI. I messed up APT. TEDU, I also screwed that one up. That one was kind of squeezing up right here, and I jumped in as it was double topping, thinking it was going to break over 450, and it didn't. SLS, I made 260 bucks on, a small win on this one. NNVC, I made a little bit of money on this as it squeezed up right through here. CODX, made some money on that one as it curled up, as you can see, and looks like this one ended up going further. Nice breakout of 530. Really nice there. My last trade on it was actually right here, and it didn't break the highs, so came back up a third time and broke. And mRNA, we covered NVAX. This was a nice one. As it started to squeeze up here, I jumped in it on this micro pullback under 10. It ended up squeezing up to a high of 11.21. So that was a good one. But yeah, kind of just a crazy day. It can be hard when you've got things just whizzing by you left and right. Halted. Okay, I missed that one. What's the next one? You try to catch it, you get in too late, and it's just, these days can be huge green days. But on the other hand, if you're off just by a couple of minutes on each one, it feels like everything is flying by you and you're jumping on things in the wrong spots and you're just kind of missing it. And today I was kind of missing it. AHPI just was not an easy one, and APT, I tried to I tried to hit a home run because, I was up $2,000 on it with 10,000 shares, 20 cents, and I was looking for it to break over 1250 and rip to 13. And that obviously would have been a $5,000, $7,500 winner, but instead it ended up becoming a $3,000 loss. I wasn't able to stop out break even, and that's not great. So $7,400 today. Had to kind of work for it and trade a lot of different stocks, and I didn't end up really doing much better than that first trade right out of the gates. These ones ended up just kind of being a wash, which is disappointing because there was so much opportunity here, and I kind of mismanaged my entries a little bit. So live to trade another day. This is a day where one trade kind of made the difference. And, really three of these trades kind of made a huge difference in the day. AHPI and APT obviously really hurt my day a lot. This would have been a $10,000 day if it weren't for those. This one gave me a big boost. And these ones were kind of just all good quality base hit type of trades. So live and learn. Hopefully today, or hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit easier, and maybe we'll see some more direction and it won't be trying to trade 15 different stocks all at the same time. But so that's where I'm sitting here today. It'll put me up, I don't know where I'm at on the month right now, but whatever, another green day. So be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. And again, part of making $7,500 is trading with 10,000 shares on some of these trades. If you were someone trading with 1,000 shares, or if I was trading with 1,000 shares today, max size, I'd probably only be up $740. But as I've gained experience, I've felt comfortable taking more and more risk. And you guys know, sometimes I'm on the wrong side and I have $5,000 red days. And $5,000 to lose in one day is more than a lot of folks could afford to lose. But I'm at a place where I can take that risk. So, it's kind of, it's nice to see the green days, but remember, they don't come without some pretty big red days. So you got to scale up to this level for sure. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have a nice finish to the month. 2 more days left, Thursday and Friday.
Hey, did you know every morning I go live to stream my pre-market watch list? Subscribe to the channel, press the alert button, and you'll get the notifications. And if you want to learn more about trading, check out the links in the description. And if you have questions, post them in the comments because I personally respond to every comment posted on my channel.